Today I want to talk about the primer of discrepancies and how to clear these discrepancies so that we have a stronger sense of confidence in the world, and also to heal this idea of imposter syndrome that many of us have experienced in our lives. So, what discrepancies are is this idea that sometimes how we treat ourselves is different than how we treat the outside world. The things that we think about ourselves are based perhaps on a different judgment set than we would judge people on the outside world. These kinds of discrepancies end up eating at us whether we think they are or not. So perhaps I am always on time and I really try to always be on time, and yet I let everybody else show up late and I don't say anything about it. That would be a discrepancy. It could also be the reverse. It could be that I expect everybody else to be on time, but I myself show up whenever I wish. That's also a discrepancy. It could be that I forget my wallet and I'm totally comfortable with somebody else paying for my lunch, and yet I don't feel comfortable paying for their lunch. So even if we do pay the lunch, the fact that we have this discrepancy within us where one way is okay, but the other way is not okay, is also a discrepancy. So going through our day and looking at ourselves and seeing, oh, am I treating these people the way that I would expect them to treat me or that I treat myself? Is there any discrepancy there about how that plays out, right? Perhaps I love to give gifts to other people, but I don't like receiving gifts. Could be a problem. We need to heal ourselves in a way that will allow us to get to a place where we would be willing to accept gifts exactly as much as we enjoy giving them. It could be that for a while, perhaps we need to not be giving any gifts to anybody until we reach a place where we feel comfortable being able to accept gifts. The discrepancies can be cleared in any way, shape, or form as long as it's equal on both sides. So perhaps we would not let anybody yell at us, but we would yell at other people. Okay. The worst of the combinations would then be to allow other people to yell at us because we yell at other people. A healthier version would be to not believe that it's okay to yell at other people, and therefore not allowing other people to yell at us makes perfect sense. Whatever the discrepancy is, we can choose the worst version for both people, ourselves and the outside world being both people, or we can choose a middle ground, or we can choose the best version. Now, if you have always let everybody else be late, even though you were very strict about being on time, to change your internal rules means that you need to enroll and inform everybody else that now everybody has to be on time, and to create a set of rules for that. Perhaps be able to say, hey, if you're going to be 5 minutes late or less, don't worry about it. It's great if you text me to let me know, but otherwise it's not going to be a big deal. But if you're going to be up to 20 minutes late, please send me a message and let me know so that I know to wait for you if it's possible for me to wait for you. If you are more than 20 minutes late and I have not heard from you, then I'm just going to go on with my day. I'm going to presume that something has happened. I haven't heard from you and you didn't show up. So either your phone failed, or your calendar failed, or some other urgent issue came up. Whatever the thing is, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to say that if you're not there within 20 minutes, then I'm going to move on with my day. Now, granted, perhaps I will be upset, but my emotional response to a difficult situation is my responsibility. So I'm not going to make that other person deal with it. Instead, I'm going to say, here's the boundary. It's going to be a 20-minute limit unless I hear from somebody, and perhaps we renegotiate a new time. So going ahead and looking at our lives and finding all of the different things that we might have as a discrepancy and working on them will help to just innately heal I this imposter syndrome somebody might have, or raise our confidence, or raise our conviction in our boundaries. So sometimes people don't have a real sense of empowerment for boundaries. And this is one of this activity of clearing up these discrepancies in our lives can really greatly help to then allow us to more confidently assert boundaries in our lives, in our workplace, and with the people around us, even just in general. So I do say so a lot. But so I hope that you will participate in this exercise in your life and look for areas that you can clear these discrepancies so that you can feel more confident in your life on a day to day basis and in your relationships and in your work situations. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope this is helpful to you.